Hello, Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. We're talking about a wet week ahead. Even some patchy flooding tomorrow is possible as some heavy rain moves into the area, but we'll go over all the details for a wet week ahead, but not generally a complete washout. So bring your Q&A in about a minute or so. Let's do a temperature check here at Memorial Bridge. About 67 degrees or so, between 67 and 68. And it's luckily for now, the radar has cleared, but this doesn't mean we're out of the woods with fog and drizzle completely. That could pester us through tomorrow morning with, again, overall theme with maybe 2 waves of rain this week. This is through Friday. We might see an inch or more of rain with a couple batches of moderate to heavy rain moving through this week. Again, not a complete washout. And the trade-off is that we have fewer 90-degree days to deal with during this wet pattern. So I'm not sure if you're happy with giving more rain for less heat. So that is something I want to hear from you about, especially on our Facebook poll that I created today. Go to cwg.news/Facebook poll and make sure you weigh in, because it looks like 68% of people are happy with the rain and less heat. So it's a little bit damp and nothing on the flood watch scale right now. We don't see any advisories or watches right now, but stay weather aware tomorrow. Follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather and on the blog, capitalweathergang.com. We could see, small chance we see maybe a flood watch issue tomorrow, and that's because we have a cold front moving into some very moist air that's moving into our region at the same time. This red hatched area over us, that is the potential for excessive rainfall, maybe tomorrow afternoon, let's say mid-afternoon into very early on Tuesday. So keep that in mind, especially between I-95 and I-81 in central Virginia, thereabouts. We do see this potential for some rain. Some heavy rain is in that hatched area over us. And we see this low pressure system also moving in at the same time as all this moisture. And again, slight chance by the Weather Prediction Center, giving us a slight chance for excessive rainfall and flooding potential tomorrow afternoon into early Tuesday. This is the precipitable water. If all the air was squeezed out, all the possible rain squeezed out, and it's a pattern tomorrow afternoon into early Tuesday that we think it's possible with this cold front moving through. Look at that. It takes a little over 12 hours to get some of this high atmospheric content moved out of the way. But in the meantime, it could rain down on us an inch, maybe isolated an inch and a half in some spots. It could be some quick downpours. This is just basically telling you the atmosphere is very moist tomorrow as a cold front moves into the region, destabilizing us, lifting, and we have a low pressure system over us. Here's the temperatures for tonight. A little bit clammy, fog and drizzle again on tap. And tomorrow, if we see some breaks in sunshine in the cloud cover, we could see these 80-degree plus temperatures. But this could be a little optimistic. This assumes the southwest flow ahead of the cold front really gets going, and it's going to be a little bit muggy. It could be a little bit gross tomorrow. Dew points above 70 are not impossible, so please keep that in mind. And then tomorrow night, still a little bit clammy. Some heavy downpours are possible as this cold front is trying to move through. And again, this is, I guess, in the next couple days. Yep. It looks like through Wednesday morning, through Wednesday 8 p.m., most of the rain does end on Tuesday morning really early. So this is really technically through Tuesday morning. We could see over a half inch of rain. And again, I want to make your attention here, southwest of town, could see some isolated downpours, a little higher potential than around DC. In the week ahead, again, not a washout. You can see intermittent sunshine is possible, but we do turn breezy behind the cold front. That's what that little windsock is down there on Tuesday. We could again get a little breezy, but nice later in the day on Tuesday with sunshine breaking out. Wednesday, pretty good. Maybe Wednesday evening is when showers move in again. For Thursday, another round of downpours cannot be ruled out. And looking a little uncertain. Low confidence as we get into the weekend forecast, so do stay tuned to capitalweathergang.com if you can. Drew, any chance will be tomorrow for some severe weather? Drew, I checked the Storm Prediction Center, and we don't have severe weather for storms tomorrow, but just excessive rainfall is possible. You want to grill Tuesday night, Brian? That is good. No snow, Greg. Sorry. David, thanks. Happy weekend. Thanks for tuning in. Petra, we are not necessarily going to get a dry summer, but if that's what you want, don't look too much at the June outlook. You can click on my face and popping up below. I think I've included the June outlook, or go directly to cwg.news/June outlook, which unfortunately for you, Petra, is a wetter chance than average with maybe warmer than average June, but the wetter pattern is more secure. Scott, my lawn needs about an inch of water. You might get that in your area. Dislike the rain, Sarah. I'm sorry. Yep, indeed. The pool and barbecues are getting a little bit rained on. And Patty, you've loved the temps for the last month or so. Awesome. I thought we've had a little bit more spring than usual. That's just my subjective opinion here in DC. And any chances for the pool, Petra? I would go on maybe Tuesday afternoon if you don't mind some moderate breezes. Katrina, hello. Thanks for tuning in. Kevin, thanks for watching. Robert, hello in Vienna. And more rain, less heat. You're happy with that. Laura, thanks for tuning in. And you like the heat, but the rain calms the pollen. This is very true. Let's look at pollen really quick. This is the latest report I received from Walter Reed. And moderate. The only thing high is grasses. So if you are a grass pollen sufferer, there is still some of that around. So Laura, I hope everything is getting washed out for you this weekend. But chances are this time of year, grass may enjoy some sunshine emerging a little bit tomorrow afternoon between downpours. But again, on Tuesday afternoon, behind our cold front, we should see some sunshine again. All right, Petra, thank you very much. Again, you're most welcome. And looks sunny on Wednesday for my daughter's graduation. Katrina, you should be decently good to go. As long as it's not too late into the late afternoon or early evening hours, you should be good for that on Wednesday, Katrina. All right, Andrew, you're loving it. Awesome. Make sure, Andrew, you go vote on our cwg.news/Facebook poll. I want to make sure everyone votes. It looks like people are liking giving up some of this heat and instead trading it in for some dampness. So that's awesome, Andrew, if you are loving that as well. Michael, will we see a repeat of last week where we saw 40-degree dew points on Monday and Tuesday? Some dry air is possible behind this cold front later on Tuesday. And we do get rid of some of this muggy air. This is technically precipitable water, but somewhat related at the surface here. We do have high dew points for the next 40 hours or so through very early Tuesday morning. I don't think we'll get dew points that are going to get as dry as last week when we were below 55, dry and pleasant. You were right about that, Michael. It was very dry, but I think we might get around 55 or so. But, it's uncertain how the air mass will play out just yet with the dew point level. The models don't seem to like to model dew points very accurately, more than 48 hours in advance. Jason, I'll take the rain if we get cooler temps. Awesome. Karen, thanks for joining. Michael, appreciate the analysis. You're most welcome. Andrew, done and done. Brian, light rain all day in Page County. I hope everything is okay in Luray. And just for the small creeks there around Luray, I want to make sure you watch with some of this rainfall through this week, especially tomorrow night. We do see some excessive rainfall possible. So all small streams, if you live in a low-lying area, just keep that in mind. We don't have any flood watches issued so far. So near term, we have some good news here, but excessive rainfall is possible in our region. That's what this red means as a cold front moves in here tomorrow in a low pressure system. Also helps reduce the stability. We get more unstable in the atmosphere. We have more lift. And just we're right at this point. It's called a triple point between the fronts. It's going to potentially wring out all this moisture. We have a slight chance of excessive rainfall, 10 to 20% chance of some flooding. So please keep that in mind. This is the precipitable water. The content, the moisture content of the atmosphere is very high as this cold front moves through, finally clearing out on Tuesday morning. So we have the potential for some heavy rain mid-afternoon tomorrow into very early on Tuesday. John, it looks like we'll have to cancel school field day activities for tomorrow. If you can get them done in the morning, you have some chance at just battling fog and drizzle and maybe a few showers. The heavier rain should hold off until the afternoon tomorrow, so I hope that helps, John. Carlos, you prefer the sun and heat, and you love the summer heat. That's awesome. I'm glad you rang in with your opinion. And Ray, I'm glad you're happy. Thanks for tuning in. And Alice, not the best weather, but way far from the worst. I'll take it. Alice comes in with a very even-headed vote, level-headed vote. And Evan, you're most welcome for the updates. Diane, how are we with rain amounts compared to last year? We are still 1 inch above surplus year to date. Even though we could stand to have a little bit more rain, and flooding is a little bit possible tomorrow night and early Tuesday morning, we are doing okay with our rain year to date. Good question, Diane. Claire, hello, thanks for tuning in. Yes, sorry, Lisa, more rain. And Liz, it's going to rain again, I'm sorry. And some flooding worries. 20% flooding worries, if you'd like numbers. And the downpours, they could come pretty quickly tomorrow night as this cold front tries to get this very moist air. This is the moisture content of the atmosphere tomorrow into very early Tuesday. This cold front is just going to really potentially train some of these storms. What training is that a storm repeats a path over and over. They keep redeveloping on the radar. They move over and over like they're train tracks in the same region, and we're worried that these storms could keep developing as if they're along train tracks tomorrow repeatedly moving over the same areas. These downpours just might give some localized heavy rain to some people tomorrow. John, thank you again for tuning in. Good luck with field day tomorrow. And Ray, rush hour tomorrow night, not looking great. That's what I'm worried about, some heavy rain moving in by rush hour tomorrow, Ray, for the evening. Lisa, what do you think it'll hit tomorrow? Rush hour? Yep. Lisa is asking the same thing as Ray. It is looking like rush hour tomorrow could be affected. It's on and off downpours, and we won't be able to pinpoint the exact timing and where the heaviest might be, but generally it's favored southwest of town. It's mid-afternoon tomorrow into early Tuesday for overall the whole region, seeing a decent chance of some rain. So let's do a recap really quick. I'm Cameron Walker for Capital Weather Gang here at Memorial Bridge, where it is slight clammy. Let's look at the regular temperature. It's a little bit clammy right now, 67.7 degrees. It's not cold, it's not hot, it's just kind of in the middle, but you can probably feel some of that moisture in the air. It is, even though radar is clearing, it is around the moisture. We could see some fog, we could see some drizzle overnight and into tomorrow morning, but a rainy week is ahead. This is through Friday, not a terrible amount of rain, but unfortunately this could fall in short spans of time, a couple times this week. The first round is for tomorrow mid-afternoon into early Tuesday, but by Friday we could see over an inch of rain in much of the region, but not a washout. It is a trade-off that we're seeing. We're not going to see any 90-degree days on the horizon just yet, but I mean, you might not like all this wet pattern. That's the trade-off. More rain for less heat. So I don't know. This is our heat tracker on capitalweathergang.com. Look on the right side of our blog and you'll see this heat tracker throughout the warm season. That's the trade-off, and I want to know, are you okay with more rain? So far, more people are okay with the trade-off of more rain for less heat. So make sure you vote. You can touch on my face and it'll pop up below, or go to the link cwg.news/Facebook poll. I want to hear from you. Right now, no advisories, no watches, but we are going to stay weather aware tomorrow as heavy rain moves in. We could see the slight chance for a flood watch being issued tomorrow as this cold front moves in. We have a low pressure system, a warm front. It's all going to come together. We're right at this point where excessive rainfall in this red hatched area is possible in our region. So think about periodic downpours being possible, storms, showers, heavy bursts of rain tracking over the same area repeatedly over and over again for a few hours could lay down some quick rain tomorrow. So here's a slight chance from the Weather Prediction Center for a excessive rainfall and the potential for flooding tomorrow, so we are going to keep an eye on it. Follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather Gang and on the blog, capitalweathergang.com. The precipitable water, this is the moisture content of the atmosphere. The pinks are a lot of moisture for tomorrow, and a lot of this could be rained out. If everything is perfect in the atmosphere, 2 inches of rain could rain out very quickly tomorrow and into tomorrow night. So we're keeping an eye out for this as the cold front moves into this very moist air. It's going to also feel muggy tomorrow, so keep that in mind. But again, this atmospheric moisture content very high in the pink, and this cold front is clearing us out by early Tuesday morning, but not before laying down some heavy rain. All right, these are low temperatures tonight, a little bit clammy. We're kind of at our low temperatures, relatively steady for the night, let's say, around 67 degrees now, and maybe by tomorrow morning. And if we see some peaks of sunshine, we could get above 80 degrees tomorrow, and again, pretty muggy. We could see dew points above 70 in the muggy gross category, so keep that in mind. And then tomorrow night, as heavy rain, isolated patches of heavy rain continue with some storms as the cold front moves through, again laying down maybe some isolated flooding, patchy flooding, downpours. If you live in a low-lying area, please especially stay weather aware. Remember, turn around, don't drown. And this is what we're seeing by early Tuesday morning, over ½ inch in many spots with indications of downpours possible, especially southwest of town. So please keep that in mind. The week ahead, Tuesday afternoon into Wednesday, looking pretty great. We will have some sunshine, which I'm looking forward to, but another round of rain moves in Wednesday night, maybe Thursday during the day. More storms, more rain. So I'm sorry, not a washout, right? Not a washout of a week, but we do have, again, a couple rounds of rain possible this week to contend with. So keep that in mind. The flooding potential is reduced as we go for that second batch of rain Wednesday night and Thursday. So that's the good news, that we shouldn't see quite a small flooding potential as we do for tomorrow afternoon into early Tuesday. It looks like we should be better off so far, knock on wood, for Wednesday night's rain into Thursday. Now, quick fun fact, we're getting near the latest sunset of the year, so please enjoy it if you are a daylight lover. The sun is setting right around now. I believe it is about 10 minutes past sunset thanks to these clouds keeping it nice and dark here. But 8:32, we only have about 5 more minutes of day length to gain. We are pretty much right at the earliest sunset, so keep that in mind as well. Our average now getting up to 83. We're getting fairly toasty. 83 degrees for our average high temperature tomorrow, so keep that in mind as we look into the future. Temperatures, equal chances of being above average or below average, so we just don't have an atmospheric signal saying that we could see maybe 90 plus or under 75 degrees. It's just uncertain. So at least, we have a somewhat decent chance of being average, but it's just saying the atmosphere is not clearly giving us a signal for temperatures of being above or below average in the 6 to 10 day outlook looking into the future. And precipitation, slight chance of staying above average, a little bit wet in the next 6 to 10 days as well. All right, Al, my kids' baseball got canceled today. Hopefully not next Sunday. Too early to say, Al. We'll watch the slight potential for some rain next Sunday. I hope we can pull it off for you. Follow us on the blog, capitalweathergang.com, as we get closer. And Karen, it's a little chilly tonight, but nice. I agree with you. 67 degrees right now here at the Memorial Bridge. I'm Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. And I agree with Karen. It's a little bit clammy. Makes it feel a little bit chilly at times. Diane, Father's Day on Sunday. It's a little far out, so I will say low confidence as I look. There's maybe a chance for some rain, maybe a chance for some warmth. We'll have to keep an eye on it as we get into the end of this work week, but we'll keep you posted. Here's the grid graphic from weather.us showing uncertainty, right? This is the main weather model that's showing 78 degrees, but among all the groups of weather models run in the background at the same time, some are coming up with cooler temperatures and some are coming up with warmer temperatures, so I would not put much stock in the weather conditions next Sunday. It could rain, it might not. So I just want to show you the atmosphere is not giving us many good signals, not many hints on what Father's Day will look like next week. Diane, I hope that helps. And then Al, if you're asking for Father's Day baseball as well, that's I think the same forecast I gave to Diane as well. So I hope that helps. All right, let's see. Lindsay, storms expected on Thursday, kind of most of the day as it stands now. But click on my face and go to the link below, cwg.news/rainy week. And you should be able to see, rainy pattern, cwg.news/rainy pattern. And it goes into what we think will be 2 rounds of heavier rain this week. Again, the one on Thursday we're talking about, we're not able right now to pin down the exact time for some heavier rain or storms, but we think it's likely overall during that 24-hour period. Amy, staying outside as long as possible. It's not raining. I hope that you, Amy, are talking about the awesome late sunset that we're enjoying. We are indeed right near. We only have about 5 more minutes of sunset time to gain here. 8:37 p.m. I think is our latest sunset in DC. So Amy and all you other summer long day lovers, please enjoy it. Daylight will get near the 15-hour mark, but not quite. I think Philadelphia has 15 hours of day length on the solstice, but not quite here in DC. Nick, excellent news from my unexpected pumpkin seed. I'm glad your pumpkins are growing great in your garden, Nick. That's perfect. And Al, thanks for joining again. And Lisa, I'm glad you have the update there. You're most welcome. And Mary Ellen, most welcome for the info. And a lot of moisture does not, Liz, necessarily mean a lot of rain. But when we're looking at the atmospheric content, this is precipitable water, it's called. This is a high atmospheric content of moisture here in the pink. And we're only concerned because this is here, while this cold front that you can see right here, it's plowing into this high moisture content, which often don't coincide here in the region. We don't often see a lifting cold front and a low pressure system and a warm front right over us at the same time as all this precipitable water, this high atmospheric moisture content. So that's why we're a little bit concerned about this excessive rainfall potential in the red hatched area. For maybe mid-afternoon tomorrow it starts into early Tuesday morning. All right, Amy, sorry about the rain. Ray, I'm glad about hearing your daughter at the graduation. That's awesome. Congrats to the graduation. And Lisa, indeed pretty humid, and it's only getting a little bit muggier tomorrow, so keep that in mind. When we're talking about potential, if we see some sun peaks through the clouds tomorrow, we could get above 80 degrees. These are high temperatures tomorrow. But mugginess could get into the gross category. We'll see maybe dew points at or above 70 degrees tomorrow. So sorry, Lisa, please keep that in mind. Amy, I'm glad you're enjoying the view maybe behind me of the Memorial Bridge. I'm Camden Walker for Capital Weather Gang. Follow us on Twitter at Capital Weather and on the blog, capitalweathergang.com. Clicking on my face, you can find all the links below to cwg.news/latest, RPM update forecast, go to our YouTube page and subscribe there, cwg.news/YouTube. And for more info on our rainy pattern coming up this week, it looks a little bit wet, not quite a washout, but a wet week ahead, go to cwg.news/rainy pattern. So let's see if I missed any other questions. Next couple days, Jim, inside the Beltway, it looks like we're going to see about a half inch of rain. Let me find that map for you. So here's what we're looking at through the Tuesday morning rain. The cold front comes through on Tuesday morning, but before then we should see maybe a half inch of rain to maybe a little bit more, with some downpours, isolated downpours of over an inch. Cannot be ruled out southwest of town. This is where the heaviest rain could fall southwest of town. So I hope that helps. All right, let me make sure I'm not missing any other questions before I recap one more time and then sign off. Keeping with AC on, says Lisa, I don't blame you, especially with the mugginess tomorrow possible. Janet, any chance the rain tomorrow becomes thunderstorms? Yep, we are thinking some of these downpours could have rumbles of thunder associated with them. And Margaret, I'm glad you can learn a little meteorology. No worries, it is a tough subject. You are not clueless, I promise. And Matt, how does this impact flights tomorrow afternoon from DCA? I don't think cancellations, but between the downpours, there could be some moderate delays. In my weather view, I'm not the FAA, but I think maybe 30 to 60-minute delays are possible for flights tomorrow afternoon, Matt, out of DCA, which you can hear flying over me right now. Olivia, you're so over the rain, so am I, but I do like the trade-off, fewer 90-degree days. This is our heat tracker on the blog. We've had 6 90-degree days so far, so I'm okay reducing the heat and increasing our rain. Lindsay, thank you for tuning in. Amy, thanks for tuning in. And Liz, it's possible we'll see another wet summer. We might have our summer outlook out later this week, but for now, you can go to our June outlook at cwg.news/June outlook. Generally looking wetter for June and maybe warmer. All right, let's see what else I have here. Jim, I'm glad it helps. You're most welcome. And Tiffany, avoid the rain and see the Capitol band tomorrow, Blues Alley. There we go. Tiffany has indoor plans tomorrow. That's excellent. One last round recap before I sign off in the next maybe 4 minutes or so. 67 degrees, 67.6 here at the Arlington Memorial Bridge. I'm on the DC side of the Potomac River, kind of looking at the Watergate steps, if that helps you understand where I'm at. All right, it's Camden Walker, and we're looking at radar right now clearing out, but it doesn't mean we don't have some moisture to contend with. Showers possible still throughout the night, but drizzle and fog to contend with through tomorrow morning. The theme for the week, this is rainfall by Friday. An inch or more is possible throughout the region, but not a complete washout. The trade-off, less heat. Our heat tracker of 90-degree days, we don't expect it to be updated with any 90-degree days anytime soon. 6 so far this year, but we have more rain for less heat. Are you okay with that trade-off? Touch on my face and popping up below, you'll see a link to our cwg.news/Facebook poll. I want to hear from you. So far, everyone is preferring more rain to less heat, but I don't know if these are the final votes. We've had 1,000 votes so far. I want to hear from you on that. The good news, advisories, watches, none to speak of so far, but I'm mentioning that so you stay weather aware tomorrow. Can't rule out a flood watch being issued for part of the area. We have excessive rainfall possible. This red hatched area is where flooding is possible as excessive rainfall moves in. Maybe heavy showers and downpours starting mid-afternoon tomorrow into early Tuesday. As a cold front plows into us, a warm front is over us, and this low pressure system further destabilizing and lifting the moisture in the atmosphere to cause the potential for some heavy rain. So here it is, slight flood potential for the region starting mid-afternoon tomorrow into early Tuesday. This is the moisture content of the atmosphere. Pink is very, very moist. 2 or more inches of precipitable water is possible if conditions are perfect, and the reason we're worried is that conditions are approaching perfect. As this cold front clears out the moisture, it could really rain out all this available moisture content in the atmosphere into tomorrow, late afternoon, early evening, overnight hours into early Tuesday. This is not until early Tuesday that we get the moisture moved out of here. That's 5 a.m. on Tuesday. That's when the cold front is really on our doorstep trying to clear out that moisture. So keep that in mind. Low temperatures tonight, kind of steady, or right about where they are now. 67 degrees right now at the Memorial Bridge where I'm at, and we might stay there. Tomorrow, if we see peaks of sun, 80 plus possible for high temperatures, but keep in mind, muggy. We have that moisture streaming in overnight tonight. We could see muggy gross conditions tomorrow, so we'll feel a little warmer than the actual air temperature, but not too much sunshine, we think. Tomorrow night, still kind of clammy. Heavy downpours possible, thunderstorms possible, This cold front is moving in, but not cooling us off just yet tomorrow night. We're still contending with moist, somewhat muggy, and very rainy overhead. This is the rainfall through Tuesday morning that I'm expecting, a half inch or more for the area. So, downpours I want to show you southwest of town, that is a little bit more possible than right around town. But all of the region could see some heavy downpours, so please keep that in mind. And here we go, some sunshine Wednesday and even later on Tuesday as breezes kick up. That's what the windsock down there means. It could get a little bit breezy on Tuesday, and then sunny on Wednesday. Maybe Wednesday evening we see some showers move back in ahead of more rain on Thursday that could be heavy. But the flooding potential is less on Thursday than it is on Monday nights and into early Tuesday, so keep that in mind. And we're not sure about the weekend just yet. You can see the main weather model is saying 86 to 78, but in the background you can see the cluster, the entire group of weather models, not very confident about just where we'll see temperatures and probably conditions for next weekend. Sorry, fathers, we can't give you all the all clear for Sunday just yet. All right, fun fact really quick, we're getting near the latest sunset for the year, only about 5 more minutes to gain. So if you are a big fan of these long daylight hours, please enjoy. And our average high temperature, just for reference, approaching 83. We're getting toward our highest average temperature, 89 degrees come around July 5th, I believe, actually. We get to 89 degrees for our average high temperature. So when we talk about average temperatures in the 6 to 10 day period, not looking either above or below average, it's going to be a flip of a coin, roll of a dice. The atmosphere not sending any signals. So we might be plus or minus several degrees around that average high temperature of 83 degrees or so. We'll see. Moisture kind of indicative in the atmosphere the next 6 to 10 days of slightly above average. So unfortunately, if you're hating this rain, we have a little bit of an atmospheric signal indicating you're going to see some more above average precipitation in the coming 6 to 10 days. So keep that in mind. And a quick pollen check. The latest I have from last week before it started raining, grasses were high. So I'm sorry, grass pollen sufferers. All right, stay safe as well, Tiffany. Remember, for everyone, turn around, don't drown. If you encounter a water-covered pathway or roadway, please don't cross it. You just don't know how fast that water's flowing, how deep it is. Please stay safe. There is a slight flooding potential with heavy rain moving in, off and on, starting tomorrow afternoon into overnight Monday into early Tuesday. All right, Liz, thanks for tuning in. Have a great night, and I'll answer some more questions after I go offline. And thanks again for tuning in, everyone. Stay dry as possible this week. It's not a washout, but generally wet. Take care for now, and follow us on the blog, capitalweathergang.com. Bye-bye.